Okay, everyone. We are starting notes on the triangle sum theorem and the exterior angle theorem. And simply put, the word theorem are facts that we can base upon to prove things. For our use, it's just the title. Triangle sum theorem and exterior angle theorem allows you to do what we're going to do today. What you should have in your notes is at the top of your page of your notes, you should have this title and start off with this. Everything you see as far as words, you should probably write down. So what that means is you might want to pause the video, pause the screen so that you can catch up. If I say something that I do not write down that you find valuable, rewind it and write that down. Remember, these are your notes. Make them your own. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the triangle sum theorem. So in your notes, you should have the triangle sum theorem states that the sum of the measures of the interior angle is something. Now, what does this word sum mean? Do you know that that word means addition or plus, right? So when I say the sum, I'm simply saying that this says if you add up angle 1, 2, and 3, all of them on the inside equal 180 degrees. That's a number that keep coming up, ain't it? So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equal 180 degrees on the inside of a triangle. That's something that we should already know. So let's talk about this. Here's an example right here. We have 3 angles, and the instructions say find the measure of angle B based on this idea that all 3 angles add up to be 180 degrees. So if angle A is 38, angle C is 85, how do we find angle B right here? Well, then you would say 38 plus 85 plus X, because I don't know what that is, equals 180. Now, this might be the long way to doing it. You might think of an easier, quicker way, and that's great, but I'm just showing you where it comes from. If you do 38 plus 85, you get 123 plus X equals 180. And if you subtract 123 from both sides, I'm going to bring this over here, you get X equals 57, or the measure of angle B is 57 degrees. And let's check that. Let's check it. Shouldn't 57 plus 38 plus 85 equal 180? 57 plus 38 plus 85 should equal 180. I don't know if you see that right there, but I put that in the calculator. All right? So really, all this is saying, something that you should already know or maybe have heard, is that all 3 angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, let's look at something like number 2 right here. You can figure out number 1. Write it down and figure it out. I'll give you the answer here in a second. What do we know about all 3 angles of a triangle? That they add up to be 180. Notice I'm not given numbers here like I was on this first example. If I'm given mathematical expressions with variables, then you should know that what you have to do is take each angle and add them together and set them equal to 180. How do I know that? Because I know this theorem says that all 3 angles of a triangle add up to be 180. So I'm going to magically pause and give you the answer. And by the magic of pausing a recording, you see that the work has been done. What did I do? I added everything up. All 3 angles add up to be 180. Then I combined like terms. Then I solved for X. And so it asks what X equals, and it doesn't equal 90. It equals 9. I don't know where that 0 came from. And then I solved for each X. I put 9 in for X on each angle. 9 times 9 is 81. 7 times 9 is 63. 4 times 9 is 36. And of course, if you add all those up, you should get 180. All right, let's keep moving. The next theorem is the exterior angle theorem that simply says this. Don't make this harder than what it is. Follow me. This says the exterior. What does the word exterior mean as it relates to a triangle? Notice that angle 4 is on the outside. Angle 1, 2, and 3 are on the inside. So this is the interior, and this is the exterior. Hopefully that makes sense. Now that's a little bit different with parallel lines, and so you need to know the reason why they call it exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem states that the sum, meaning add again, of the measures of the two remote interior angles of a triangle is equal to the exterior angle. So that's something that you need to have in your notes. And what does that mean? That means angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to the exterior angle number 4. So in this particular theorem, they don't really have anything to do with the adjacent angle. The adjacent angle is the angle right next to 4. This says that the angles that are not touching or non-adjacent angles, and they are called remote interior angles. These right here, this phrase is angles 1 and 2. Remote interior angles, okay? And those two equal the exterior angle. So you say, what? Let me show you an example. If I know that this angle, see, this is the exterior angle right here. You see it's not on the inside. This angle D and angle A are angles 1 and 2. They're the remote interior angles. Not angle B because it's right next to the 149. So how do I figure out this one if I know that this plus whatever this is equals 149? You guessed it. I'll do a little problem. Now notice it don't equal 180. It equals whatever this angle is. So 72 plus whatever this is, I just use X. I could have used angle D. Whatever that is equals 149. So I'll subtract 72 from both sides. And X equals 77, or this angle or measure of angle D is 77 degrees. Now, the 77, let's look at the calculator. Does 77 plus 72 equal 149? Yes, it does. So the theorem is true that these two angles that are not next to or non-adjacent to the outside or exterior angle, their sum, or what they add up to, equals this outside angle. This is true in triangles. All right? So let's look at this example 3 right here. Find the missing angle measure. And so when I look at this, I should know that 67 plus this angle should equal 128. Okay? So 67 plus that angle should equal 128. So I just wrote down what I just said. How do I solve for X? I subtract both sides by 67. 128 minus 67 equals 61. So this angle right here is 61 degrees. So I should be able to put 61 in right here, and that equals 128. Guys, this is the exterior angle theorem, and this is the triangle sum theorem. You want to make sure that in your notes you have written what you see on this paper. And so make sure you pause and have this written down. You don't have to have this bold line right here, but you need to know that now we're talking about the exterior angle theorem. You don't need to have this bold line right here, but you need to write down that this section is the triangle sum theorem. We have some examples on here that I will show you the answers to. I'm going to let you look at the problem, and then I'll show you the answer, and I'll do that a couple of times, and then that'll be the end of the notes. All right? So try to work these and pause it. So I would pause it now, and then come back and see the work and the answer that I do. Bam! There's the answer. That's a 3, by the way. That's 31x plus 1. And here you go. Check my work and check and see what you did right or wrong. Okay, we're about to do example 6 here. You can do example 5 if you like. I'll put the answer up, but we're going to do example 6 here. And check the work out. You might want to pause it now. Boom, here you go. This is the answer in the work to both 5 and 6. Remember, this is dealing with the triangle sum theorem that says all the triangle angles add up to be 180 degrees. That's why I use 180 degrees. But on these problems down here, 7 and 8, you don't use 180 degrees. You use the outside or the exterior angle. All right? Now, let's try 7 and 8, and I'll give you the answer. Copy it down. You might want to pause it right now. All right, there you go. There are the answers. Remember, the remote interior angles add together to equal the exterior angle. The remote interior angles add together to equal the exterior angle. Here's my work and the answers. We'll discuss further in class. Deuces.